Somehow we are already 3 weeks into November and I never got around to doing my October reading wrap up, so I wanted to talk about a few books I've read recently. I have not been reading much at all, so there's only been a few to talk about. The first one I have is Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. This is a new release. It's come out a couple of months ago and I loved this. Honestly, I feel like with every Bryn Weaver book that I've read, I have not been disappointed. It is the perfect mix of dark romance but really funny elements at the same time, and this gave me the exact same vibes as the Butcher and Blackbird trilogy, which is exactly what I needed and wanted. The next book I have is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McGonaghy. I know a lot of people have spoken about this, but I've only just gotten around to reading it and it was an instant 5-star read. This is following a couple who live on a remote island, I believe off the coast of Tasmania, and that this family are the only inhabitants left on this land because the waters are rising, it's not very livable anymore, and they're there to protect these seeds. They are literally weeks away from having to leave this island themselves, but one day a woman mysteriously washes ashore and they are very wary of her at first, but they start to realize her intentions for why she is there, and they are definitely both hiding things from each other, both her and the family, and it's just a really sweet story. There is definitely like a very strong found family element to this as well, and I would highly recommend, especially if you're looking for something a little bit different to read, because this was definitely out of my comfort zone and I ended up loving it. The last book I've read recently was The Compound by Aisling Roll. This is another one that I loved so much. I think I gave this one 4.5 stars at the top of my head. This book is described as Love Island meets Lord of the Flies, and I feel like that is the perfect representation of what this book entails. That's also very much giving me like Big Brother vibes, because the 10 men and 10 women in the compound don't actually know where the cameras are, but they get these specific tasks to do every day in order to get specific items. So for example, they literally start with absolutely no furniture and they have to do little things either together or individually, and they'll get like a couch or they'll get specific food, and that's kind of how it goes, and it definitely progresses to be quite a lot darker towards the end. There's definitely some very important underlying meanings and topics spoken about in this book, which I really appreciated. This is either one that people are going to love or hate, but I would highly recommend giving it a go because it was addictive and it's honestly put me in a book hangover.